Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF. It is October the 31st. It is Happy Halloween. It is Samhain Blessings. It is All Hallows Eve. Cajun says, morning, happy Halloween. You have today off, so long weekend for me. That is fantastic. Happy long weekend. It is good to see you. I am running a little bit behind. I don't even have all my stuff up. There we go. Good morning, Mary. Happy Halloween. Good morning to ya. And Kenya says morning to Mary. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good Friday, a good Halloween. Be safe. May you have kids come to the door if that is what you like, but not so many that you run out of candy. Let's see, where were we? I think we were at Sugar and Spite. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 5 hours. The theme will still be Halloweenish, even though it's the day after, and it will be our coffee cup theme. So, because there's so many of them. It'll be more than 20 minutes at a time because there's so many of them. Carmen says, hi everyone. Hello. Welcome in. All right, let's jump into this because there's a lot. I believe we ended at Sugar and Spite. We'll find out if things start to sound familiar. Witch and Tell, 7th in the Which Way Librarian Mysteries by Angela M. Sanders, 7th in that series. Local librarian Josie Way's life is in shambles. Her magical abilities on the fritz and her relationship with sexy Sheriff Sam has cooled way off since she told him she's a witch. On top of that, Josie senses a bad energy she can't explain, which seems to be interrupting her connection with the spellbound library books, usually her surefire way to get to the bottom of any mystery. When she wakes to a fierce pounding in the librarian's atrium, she hurries there only to find a corpse. But after she goes for the phone to call Sam, she returns to the atrium to find the body gone, and all the doors and windows are still locked, and that's just the beginning of a mystery that features Josie as the prime suspect, several shady characters, and possible long-lost relatives. It's just like the beginning of an old movie, but Josie will need a lot more direction than her grandmother's magic lessons will provide. Murder at the Wedding. Oops. And all the hellos. This is 5th in the Miss Merrill and Aunt Violet Mysteries by Anita Davison. Hannah Merrill is about to marry the love of her life. The couple are determined their low-key celebration will go without a hitch, but there can't be an I do while the vicar is missing, and when he's found dead, a victim of a poisoning in the crypt behind the church, Hannah knows only she and Aunt Violet can find out who did it. Hannah's beloved thinks she shouldn't interfere, but if he fails to remember that an independent woman in 1916 doesn't do what she's told to by a man, the dead vicar may be the least of his worries. Then the vicar's own fiancé appears on the scene, even though nobody knew he was engaged. And suddenly it becomes clear someone has a secret, one shocking enough to kill for. Will the intrepid pair of amateur sleuths catch the murderer before they kill again, or will it be till death parts them all? Excuse me. Tanya Kappas has a new one, Brewing Up Bones, 18th in the Killer Coffee Mysteries. Fall has settled over Honey Springs, Kentucky, painting the lakeside town in cozy hues of amber and gold. But for Roxy Bloom, owner of the Beanhive Coffee Shop, the annual Newalan Festival brings a chilling new flavor, murder. When national social media influencer Marla Lanigan is found dead in Lake Honey Springs, a twist made even more perplexing by her lifelong fear of water, the town is steeped in suspicion, with quirky barista Bertie Phoebe becoming the prime suspect after her distinctive purple scarf is found near the scene, Roxy, a former lawyer turned amateur sleuth, must trade her espresso machine for an investigation board. And we're gonna keep on moving from here because there's a lot. End of that row. Season to Bewitched by Susanna Shore, 5th in the House of Magic. Kane has disappeared and Phoebe knows exactly who is to blame. Julius Blackheart, the evil mage who wants to take over London, and he's abducted other mages too. They've disappeared without a trace, but Phoebe isn't about to give up, even if it means teaming up with a scary warlock and even scarier vampire. Blackheart has achieved the impossible and hidden the mages where humans can't reach. Getting there to rescue them turns out to be easy. Getting out, less so. And Blackheart has the upper hand and new minions, so how to turn the tables and defeat him once and for all? You know, the cover is very cartoony, but these are not cartoony topics. Ghost with the Most by Louisa West. I'm Ivy Hurst, reluctant medium, full-time weirdo, and professional ghost therapist, unofficial title, thank you very much. When a stubborn haunting drags me to the delightfully dysfunctional town of Assjacket, West Virginia, I expect bad coffee, weird vibes, and maybe a chatty spirit or two. What I don't expect? A dead playboy with secrets and a magical mystery that refuses to stay buried. Now I'm stuck playing spectral detective with only a cranky, truth-wielding witch, reanimated garden gnomes, and zero chocolate to get me through it. Catering to the Dead, 8th in the Cupcake Catering Mystery Series by Kim Davis. Includes recipes. When cupcake caterer Emery Martinez takes on a lavish Dia de los Muertos party, she's drawn into a 20-year-old family tragedy. With extravagant Day of the Dead costumes, drinks flowing, desserts galore, and a celebration in full swing, not all is as joyous as it seems. When the festivities come to a close, Emery discovers a body, and evidence points to her being the prime suspect. To clear her name, she and her octogenarian soon-to-be grandmother-in-law, Tilly, must team up with their friends to navigate a web of blackmail, betrayal, and buried secrets. Will she survive confronting a killer who will do anything to protect their freedom and hide their web of deceit, or will her catering days come to an end? Planted for Murder by J.C. Eaton, 15th in the Sophie Kimball Mystery Series. Mary says, hi Carmen, glad you're here. Enjoy your time off, Cajun. Sleep late tomorrow morning. Oh yes. And then time change this weekend. Fall back. At the urging of the guys in Pinochle Club, the members of the Sun City West Book Club decide it's time to grow their own vegetables and join the local agriculture club. But when tending to their plants turns up a skeletal hand, the game begins to feel like they're working in a graveyard instead of a garden. It's clear that whoever the bones belonged to was the victim of foul play, and soon the seniors are pleading with Sophie Fee Kimball to step in and help them weed out the killer. As rumors and speculation flourish, Fee begins to grow suspicious of the other members of the community garden. Certain that one of them chopped up a body and scattered the parts, she has to deal with invasive insects, sabotaged crops, and her mother's harebrained schemes as she digs for evidence. Her efforts are finally rewarded when a ring found on the skeletal hand yields a clue that will lead her straight to the culprit. The only problem is that the killer is one step ahead of her, and Fee discovers too late that she's in for a whole lot of trouble. Yeah. End of that row. Oh, look at all those we gotta do drive-bys. Crafting a Cold Case, 6th in the Gasper's Cove Mysteries by Barbara Emoti. Murder by the Millions by Daryl Wood Gerber, set in Asheville, North Carolina. Troubled Truffles by Leslie Lantrip. A whimsical bakery mystery. Paws of Justice by Karen McSpade, 11th in the Crystal Beach Magic Mystery Series. End of that row. Steamy Espresso Secrets, 4th in the Joss Miller Mysteries by Tiora Moody. A New Year Nightmare by Jenna St. James, 16th in the Kara Hilder Mystery Series. A Valkyrie with haphazard magic, it says. Ribbons and Revenge by Kathleen Suzette, 40th in A Freshly Baked Cozy Mystery. Here's an interesting cover. A Winter of Discontent for Henry Milch by Marshall Thornton, 4th in the Wyandotte County Mysteries. It may be even Wyandotte, but I'm going to go with Wyandotte. End of that row. The Well-Kept Secret, 1st in a Wishville Mystery Series by Carrie Lee Townsend. Contesting the Wool, a Material Witness Mystery, 6th in that series by Diane Valere. A Revengeful Regatta by Javon Purcell, 3rd in the Quay Road Mysteries. Bound by Secrets, 2nd in the Pages and Paws Mystery Series by Poppy Bridgman. Poppy. End of that row. They just don't end. Mintwood Honeymoon's Magic, 20th in the Witch of Mintwood series by Addison Creek. It won't work between them. She's all white and he's all black in silhouette. Although I do suppose they say opposites attract. Cold Case Cat, 12th in the Crazy Cat Lady Mystery Series by Molly Hunt. You can definitely tell who has a cover budget and who doesn't. You Only Live 9 Times, 1st in the Homer Whodunit book series by Gwen Cooper. Homer the Blind Wonder Cat returns. Well, maybe this is a spin-off series. Dead by the Outlaw's Noose by Kat Bellamore, 8th in the Maddie Swallows Mysteries. End of that row. What? try that again. Currently unavailable. All right, we tried. On to the next one. Family Secrets by Diane Harmon, 15th in the Clean Sweep Cozy Mysteries. I would stay there. I would live there if somebody else could clean it. Lady Gold Investigates, Volume 7. Oh, this is a collection of stories by Lee Strauss and Norm Strauss. How did that get in there? We don't do story collections. For some reason, I like this cover. I don't know why. Murder on London Bridge by Magda Alexander, 13th in the Kitty Worthington Mysteries. Maybe it's just her outfit. I don't know. I like it. End of that row. While I'm doing all this clicking, I'm going to put the link here. Let me get caught up on comments here. Mary said, I bet her catering days are going to be okay in the end. I think so too, especially with so many books. Cajun says, I remembered to turn the alarm off last night, so I got to sleep till I woke this morning. Oh, doesn't that feel good sometimes? Cajun says, I love the Sophie Kimball series. Oh, nice. And not a very cozy looking cover. You know, this cognitive dissonance is real. Mary says, I'm feeling the breeze in my hair as we drive by all these goodies. I know. It's like 15 countries in 3 days. Cajun is laughing with Mary, and Mary says, most of these don't. Yeah. And there's the link. This Amazon list that I create is public. They'll be gone Sunday, so if you want to go in there and take a look at any time, it is open to the public. Horrors and Hooks, a Castle Point series. Corpse Collector Cozy Mystery Series, book number 8 by Tammy Tyree and Chloe Hale. You are correct. There is that breeze. Whoosh! Look at all these books. I mean, it's crazy. Just this week. This isn't just this month. This is just this week. Death at the Thistle Inn by Kitty Kildare, 10th in the Veronica Vale Investigates series. As Good as Dead by Patty Larson, 15th in the White Witch Island Paranormal Cozies. Now she looks like somebody you would not want to mess with. And the dog is cute. The Cornish Christmas Pantomime Murder by Fiona Leach, 9th in the Nosy Parker Cozy Mysteries. Oh, we can see the end. At last. Grave Concerns by Paula Lester, 4th in the Afterlife Files. They keep files? That's not right or fair. Returning Secrets by Sean McGuire, 18th in the Whispering Pines Mysteries. Nightmare at the North Pole, a Frost and Crow mystery, 5th in that series by Kristen Painter. Well, they look cute. The cats are like, it's freaking cold, let's go inside. Take your photo, let's go inside. Dead Festive by Peter Buckman, related to the Pumpernickel Mysteries. You don't hear about Pumpernickel that much anymore. Unless you're, I guess, in the bread world. Sandwich World. Oh, that one's gone available too. It is gone. Ms. Mia and Murder at the Spinel Reef Resort by Jennifer Branch. 4th in the Ms. Mia Murder Mysteries. Whew, we made it. The bell's about to ring. Let me grab. Uh-oh, the phone. I left it on the charger. Alrighty, well, that is all the books that were published in Cozy Mysteries this week. Hopefully something caught your attention. Again, hope you have a very good Friday. Carmen says, cool, thanks, you betcha. Cajun says, I love a Christmas cozy. There's lots of them. Carmen says, me too. Mary says, it is very impressive that you have made it through all these books this morning. Good thing a cop wasn't nearby as you sped through them. Very true. And I wasn't. I'm wearing red, though. That means I'm going faster. Cajun says, have a good day, y'all. Back at you. Mary says, thanks so much. Hope everyone has a fun day and great weekend. Remember to fall back on Sunday. Absolutely. Carmen says, have a great day, friends. Back at you, baby. All right, have a very safe Halloween. No sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern for 5 hours. Halloween theme, Halloween cups. Read good books, and as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.